Hello students, welcome back to the online class. So today we'll start the second term in social. We'll start the first unit in history today. So the first unit is Vedic culture in North India and megalithic culture in South India. So in this unit we are going to learn about the Vedic culture which has followed in North India and the megalithic culture which has followed in South India. The first heading is Aryans and their home in India. So first we will read the topic. So listen to me. Aryans of the Rig Vedic period were semi-nomadic. They were basically pastoral people with cattle as their main source of wealth. In the Rig Vedic times, the Aryan homeland was the Punjab, which was at that time called Sapta Sindhu, the land of 7 rivers. So the Aryans who lived in the Rig Vedic period, so they are semi-nomadic. What do you mean by nomadic? So the nomadic are the people, they move from one place to another instead of living in a same place. So the nomads, they'll not live in a same place. So they'll move from one place to another. They are called as nomads. So the Aryans of the Rig Vedic period are semi-nomads. Okay, they were basically pastoral people with cattle and their main source of wealth. So they were called as pastoral people. Why they are called as pastoral people? Because their main source of income is based on the cattle. It's based on the cattle means it's based on the cow. Okay, so they were called as pastoral people. And in the Rig Vedic times, the homeland of Aryan, so the place where Aryans they live is called their homeland, and their homeland was the current Punjab. But before it is called as Sapta Sindhu, and Sapta Sindhu means the land of 7 rivers. The 4 Vedas are Rig, Yajur, Sama and Atharva. So in ancient period 4 Vedas are there. They are Rig, Yajur, Sama and Atharva. So Vedic literature is classified into 2 categories. No. So the first one is Shruti and then is Smriti. So Shruti means listening. So Shruti means listening. So we are listening to the ones that were transmitted orally through generations. So we are listening but it is orally transmitted. Okay, so we are listening to a thing which is orally transmitted through generation is called Shruti. And Smriti, a body of text containing teachings on religion such as the Vedic text. So it is classified into 2. So the first category is Shruti and the second category is Smriti. Okay, so under the first category, that is under Shruti, 4 Vedas are there. They are called as Brahmanas, Aranyakas and Upanishads. Okay, so under Shruti, so these categories are there. They are Brahmanas, Aranyakas and Upanishads. And then the second category, that is under Smriti, several categories are there. They are Itihasas, Puranas, Ramayana Mahabharata, Shiva Purana, Vishnu Purana, and then Sutras. So under Sutras, 3 categories are there. They are Dharma Sutra, Manusmriti, Narada Smriti. We'll repeat it again. So the first one is Itikasa, Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Shiva Purana, Vishnu Purana, and then Sutras. The first one is Dharma Sutra, Manusmriti and Narada Smriti. Itigasas, Puranas, Tantras and Agamas. So this Smriti means definite and written literature. So Shruti is a orally generated thing and Smriti means it is a written literature. National motto Satyameva Jayate, that is truth alone triumphs. Satyameva Jayate. So the meaning of this word is truth alone triumphs. That is, we should speak truth. So truth is the only stable thing in the world. So in any situation we should have speak only the truth. So this word Satyameva Jayate. So this word is taken from Mundaka Upanishad. So Satyameva Jayate is taken from Mundaka Upanishad. We'll move to the next heading, that is Vedic culture. So in the Vedic culture we are going to see about the polity and the society. The Rig Vedic polity was kinship based. So it is kinship based means the blood relation. So the Rig Vedic polity was the blood relation based kula. Kula means it is clan. So it was the basic unit. So this kula based, so it was under a head called Kulapati. So Kulapati is the head of this clan. Several families joined together to form a grama, that is village. So in a village means several number of families will live there, no? So that is called several families joined together to form a grama. Grama was headed by Gramani. So the leader of this village is called as Gramani. A group of villagers was called Vis and was headed by Vijayapati. Okay, so the head of this villagers is called as Vijayapati. So the group of people, they are based on the blood relationship and their head is called as Kulapati. They are living in a village. Several families are living in a village and it is called as Grama, and the leader of that Grama is Gramani, and the leader of several villages is called Vijayapati. King. The main responsibility of king was to protect his tribe. Okay, so king is the responsible person to protect his own people. His powers were limited by tribal assemblies, namely Vidata, Sabha, Samiti and Gana. So he can influence his powers. The king can influence his powers in Vidata, Sabha, Samiti and Gana. So of these four things, Vidata is the tribal assembly and it was the oldest thing. So Vidata is the oldest thing among these four assemblies. So Sabha, it consists of the council of elders. So elder peoples are there in Sabha, and in Samiti, the assembly of people are there.